guys. This is episode 22 of the Simon Sin podcast.
The fuck is this? Your worst nightmare, butthorn.
Actually doing it again on the porch, and hope it's not too loud. And I decided not to show my ugly mug this time. I think I like it better when it's just kind of mysterious. You don't see my face. But I hope the birds aren't too loud. It sounds like a Snow White movie out here right now. Like I said, I'm out on the back porch, and this episode's like any other episode. I thought about talking about the 1981 classic werewolf movie, The Howling, directed by one Joe Dante. 2 werewolf movies in a row. Might as well talk about some more, and hope that's not too many werewolf movies in a row. But how's everybody been? As I'm recording this, it's 4th of July.
So you're gonna tell me that you don't have no black cats, no Roman candles, or screaming mimes?
No.
Oh, come on, man. You don't got no lady fingers, buzz buttles, snicker bombs, church burners, finger blasters, gut busters, zippity doo-dahs, or crap flappers?
No, I don't.
You're gonna stand there owning a fireworks stand and tell me you don't have no whistling bungholes, no spleen splitters, whisker biscuits, honky lighters, Husker do's, Husker don'ts, cherry bombs, nipsy daisers, with or without the scooter stick, or one single whistling kitty chaser?
No.
Hope you left out fireworks and Budweiser for Kid Rock, bring you fireworks, hope you did that. But anyway, how's everybody doing? I hope everybody don't blow their fingers off with fireworks.
Bag up, Terry. Put it in reverse, Terry. Put it in reverse. Oh, Lord, Jesus. Oh, Lord. Oh, Jesus. What you doing, Terry? Terry, what you doing?
Fireworks. It's usually that dude, I saw the meme is like, if you buy fireworks from the guy that has an eye patch and missing an arm, he's going to have the best fireworks. And that's true. You usually here in Georgia, you have to go to Alabama to get the best fireworks. They have them at Walmart, but nothing like the fireworks on the Alabama border. So, but sit in and have you a wine spitzer or a beer or a smoke or whatever, or maybe a toke, or whatever you do, and listen to episode 22. Have you a beer or 20, and like I always say, listen more metal, watch more horror movies, and drink more beer. Or did I say that right? I'm sorry. Drink more beer, listen more horror movies, listen more metal, something like that. But sit in and we'll bullshit and nerd out about all the cool shit that we like. I probably have kind of like a sexy voice because I kind of like I don't want to smoke, but like sometimes I smoke when I drink, and you could probably hear that. I feel like my voice is deeper and sexier on this podcast. Must sound like a phone sex operator. But tune in, and I hope you enjoy episode 22.
Hallows Eve. The moon is full. Will she trick or treat? I bet she will. She will. She's got a daylight speedlight with no spot out
Podcast where I talk about kind of pop culture or records that I've gotten, but I think on the last podcast I kind of talked about everything that I've gotten. I've got like a the Stain, the band Stain. Do you like the band Stain? There's probably some guys, Mullahheads rolling their eyes. Stain and that fucking asshole Aaron Lewis. But you know, Stain was sorry, I can't talk. My brain's not working at full capacity.
Look, you retard. And I can say retard because my gardener is a huge one.
I just woke up. Stain is repressing. I thought it was Break the Cycle, but it's Break the Cycle Live.
The shot rings out from a roof overhead. Crackhead asphalt change nearby. Old man lies in an alleyway dead. A little girl lost just stands there and cries. What would you do? What would you do if it was you? If it was you, would you take everything for granted like you do? We're just 13 on the corner for sale. Swallows his pride for another hit. Overpopulation, there's no.
The album Break the Cycle, the whole album on vinyl, but I guess I have to do with CD, with a CD. Like I said, I can't talk. And I bought the album. I thought it was. I've got to confess, I thought it was the Break the Cycle whole album finally released on vinyl, but it was Break the Cycle Live. I don't know why they don't just put out the album. They didn't put out that album and Dysfunction. Those albums are so badass. That was back when Stain was pretty good. I had a buddy, one of my vinyl clubs. I never met, but we got into where we talked on the phone. He was saying that he worked at a casino and he met Aaron Lewis. Aaron Lewis was playing there and said he was just the biggest fucking dickhead, and that's kind of disheartening. I've always liked Stain and Aaron Lewis's voice. Me and my wife went and saw his country, like his kind of solo stuff where he plays country music at this kind of, it's like a country bar. It'd be like a Gillies or something, or I'm trying to, what could I compare it to? And that was the roughest crowd. I've been to so many concerts. That's probably the roughest crowd I've ever been to. It's like, I don't want to be like that asshole that's kind of looking down on people, but I was just like, holy shit. Like, it was fucking crazy. There was this guy. We had made our way to the front of the stage, and my wife was like a bigger Aaron Lewis fan than I am, and we were out to eat, and I think me and my wife were just dating at the time, and I was kind of looking at what concerts, or we were trying to look at something to do that night. I think it was a Saturday night, and I saw Aaron Lewis was playing somewhere, and I was like, oh, we should just get tickets and go. I think my wife was a big fan, so we get tickets and we go. We get there, and we make our way to like the front of the stage, and there was this fucking guy the whole time, this huge fucking guy, and he had like clown eyes, almost looked like Pennywise. Eyes tattooed on the back of his bald head, and the dude was fucking...
Oh, well, I'm Pennywise the dancing
He
clown.
was like, I just want to fucking hit somebody. And I was like, my wife was like, we're going to move over here. But anyway, that tells you some of the people that were there. But it was an okay show, I've seen Stain several times. I've seen Stain when they were just like I don't even know if they had an album out yet. They might have just put out Dysfunction. I saw them open up for Limp Bizkit when Limp Bizkit was huge. I guess they're bigger than they ever have. I saw an article that Wes Borland was saying Limp Bizkit's bigger than they've ever been, which is crazy to think. People would, kind of joke and make fun of them, and I've always stayed a fan. I know my wife usually makes fun of me because I listen to them, but I've always liked them. But I'm trying to think. I don't think I have. I think I've talked about all the represses I've got coming. I pre-ordered the new Anthrax album. I think I mentioned that, and I think I pre-ordered like 2 Stuck Mojo albums. I think I talked about that too. Machine Head, More Things Change. I've almost got all the Machine Head albums on vinyl. I don't have the Burning Red, and I don't have some of their newer albums. But I've always been a big Machine Head fan, even when they had kind of their new metal phase. But I think the best lineup was the Blackening lineup, and it's sad that those guys aren't in the band anymore. That was a great lineup. I think the guitar player, I want to say, is in Kerry King's band now. I might be wrong on that. But I saw Kerry King released his solo album again with more songs on it. I think some of the songs he sings on it, I'm not really sure. I had some buddies that had it, and I need to ask them, how is it? But I haven't really got a chance. I finally got to listen to the Lex Legion album. That thing fucking kicks ass. I was blown away. It does sound like King Diamond, but it kind of reminds me of like a heavy Queensryche too, in my opinion. And I love that album. I bought the movie Obsession.
I love you so much. I don't think I could live without you.
But as I'm making this, we still haven't watched it. We did watch the season finale of Dutton Ranch. It was good. It left on a cliffhanger. I don't want to ruin it for you. I'm sure a lot of people that, if they find this podcast, I'm sure they watch Dutton Ranch. But I want to see it. I was kind of looking on Tubi the other day, and I know this band's very diversive. Like, a lot of metal bands hate this fucking band, and a lot of metal band are. I said metal bands. I meant metal fans like hate this band, and a lot of metal fans like really like this band. I'm one of the ones that actually like. I think they're really good. I don't like all the satanic shit, but I was on Tubi and they have their live concert movie that they made back in 2024 for free on Tubi, and I was watching it, and man, it was really good. I'm talking about Ghost, the right here, right now.
Are you men? Or are you?
Spell right, like R-I-T-E, like old horror movies, like The Last Rites of Dracula, or what is it, The Satanic Rites of Dracula? Is that what it's called? The old Hammer horror movies that I love. I love those old Hammer movies. I've never seen them before, and I've been slowly collecting them and watching them. I think I have more Frankenstein than Dracula. I'm trying to think of the ones I'm missing. I don't think I'm missing too many more. I need to keep collecting them. It's really cool to have. I never knew that existed, that world, for a long time. And I used to watch this guy's YouTube channel. It's what's the guy's name? The Angry Nerd. And he has I like his other videos. I'm not a big gamer. Now he has a lot of video game videos, but he'll have videos about movies. He'll do this thing, every October. I don't know if he still does it. It was it wasn't called Monster Vision, but it's called Monster Madness or something like that. He would talk about horror movies, and I used to love that shit. It made me want to inspire me to do this podcast and talk about this kind of stuff. I'm like, oh, cool. What if somebody did that and talked about music? So I was like, well, I'll just fucking do it myself. But anyway, like he was talking about all the Hammer horror movies, and I was like, the way he would talk about them, I was like, wow, I gotta check those out. Those sound pretty fucking awesome, and they are. They're really cool. You know, you have Peter Cushing playing Van Helsing and Dr. Frankenstein. Christopher Lee, you know, playing Dracula. And I think he played one of Frankenstein's monsters, maybe in the first one. It'd be a 50s and 60s kind of movie. They are pretty gruesome. Anyway, let's go back to what I was talking about, Ghost, a live movie. They sound great in the movie, and they have kind of like these interludes where they're kind of like the lead singer Ghost will walk back, you know, behind the stage, and he's kind of joking around, like, you know, back there, and they're fooling around. I guess, like, the thing is with Ghost, like, the lead singer, like, he dresses up like, if you don't know, he dresses up like an evil priest or something, or evil, like, Roman priest, and each couple years that the priest will die, and they'll change him out with another priest, and he's called, like, Papa something, and I don't know if I explained that well. I feel like I didn't. But he was kind of in the movie, he was like, he was feeling like his time was short, and he was going to be replaced by another priest, you know. And tell you what, the band sounded great. That I think they're playing in L.A. It sounded like Long Beach. No, not Long Beach. Burbank, maybe? Can't remember. And that fucking stadium was packed full of people. There was some people dressed up like, you know, like the first Ghost album, that makeup, you know, like, you know how, like, Ghost's makeup is. It's kind of, I don't know how to explain it. Kind of like the ghoul from, like, Salem's Lot. But I remember getting that first Ghost album and just being blown away. I think a lot of people are like, I had a buddy on my vinyl club saying he's thinking about getting rid of his Ghost records. He don't really, you know, like him anymore. And there's a lot of metalheads like that just kind of not too poppy, I guess some people feel. And like I said, they're not as dark as their first two albums, or maybe even three albums. Sorry, I don't know what the fuck just went by. It sounded like Cheech and Chong.
I just thought it so real funny, man. Hey, your mama.
But yeah, I was trying to think about, I know as we talk, Evil Dead, I think it's Evil Dead Burn is about to come out, or maybe Evil Dead Wrath. I can't remember. Maybe Wrath's coming out next year. One of them takes place in the 70s, and I saw like some guy on TikTok, and he was like saying that that he saw like a advanced screening, and he said it was really good.
Alice? What's wrong? What happened?
We found you.
William, my sweet boy. I would give anything for us to be together again.
My grandfather believed the devil would return if anyone read from the Book of the Dead.
Calm down.
family can be reunited. Cheers to your perfect family.
At first, he said it was better than Rise. I didn't mind Rise. I thought Rise was actually pretty good, but I guess some people had problems with it. But I actually loved it. I remember going to theater to see that. I don't go to the theater like I used to. I don't know. I feel like people are annoying. They talk or look at their phone through the whole movie. I don't know why we buy a ticket to a movie and just look at your phone the whole fucking time. But I guess people do that. But I don't know. I would like to go see it, but I probably won't have time with work and stuff and such. But anyway, as I'm filming this, like I said, I just woke up. It's 10:30 in the morning, and the town where I live close to, they're having like a big 4th of July thing, and we're talking about Stuck Mojo. Guitar player Rich Ward, he's actually in Fozzy too. If you didn't know that, pretty much the Fozzy band is Stuck Mojo, but he's got another band called Guardians of the Jukebox, and they play like 80s classics and just kind of a fun band. They're playing downtown where I live. I guess Rich Ward lives close to where I live, so it seemed like where I live is coming like a little mecca. It's like a lot of people are coming out here now. This place is getting so, every asshole like wants to move here. I see like every license plate is from a different state. I guess they fucked up their state and they decided to come here and fuck up our little town. So me and my wife are like, we need to move. But anyway, that is my pop culture bullshit. I can't remember anything else to talk about. Oh, I forget. I think that the James Gunn's DC universe is, I'd say it's probably fucking over. Once that next Superman movie comes out, it's a wrap. It's over. Anyway, I didn't mind his Superman movie. It definitely wasn't up to Zack Snyder's caliber. I know people like this, they protect that movie like it's one of their child. I don't understand that, but it's a pretty entertaining movie. I've watched it several times, but I love Man of Steel too. I hope Zack Snyder can kind of continue what he's doing. I love like Matt Reeves' universe with his Robert Pattinson Batman. I can't wait to see Batman 2. I saw Sebastian Stan is cast as something. There's different, like I've heard he's cast as Harvey Dent, Two-Face, but I heard that's not true. I heard Scarlett Johansson's in it playing something. So I think it's going to be a badass movie. I can't wait to see it. It'll come out the next year. That's when it comes out, that's 5 years since the first one, which is crazy. I remember dragging my dad to see it. He didn't want to see it. He ended up really, really liking it. I feel like that movie, I was watching Seven on Tubi, and just because I love Tubi. Who else that listens to this podcast, they love Tubi? I love Tubi. But I pay for streaming services, and I find better shit on Tubi, which is awful. But I was watching Seven, like the Batman, the Robert Pattinson movie. It's pretty much Seven with Batman movie within it. Not as gruesome, but it really has that Seven vibe, real dark. It almost looks like a David Fincher movie. But anyway, I'm gonna stop blabbing about stupid shit, and we'll get cracking talking about The Howling, and great werewolf movie if you haven't seen it.
We all go down for the count of the moment we both even see to run.
see?
What's that? The Howling. Somewhere in this city, in this human jungle, it begins.
Just try. He's right there.
What do you see?
What's there, Karen?
What do you see, Karen?
What's there?
Somewhere in these woods, in this primal, sensuous, secret place, lies an experience too terrifying for words. And now, all anyone can do is watch and wait.
Tonight I'm going to show you something. Make you believe.
The Howling.
The week, or the movie of the day, or the movie of the podcast I wanted to talk about today, it kind of flip-flopped like several times. I cannot decide what movie I wanted to talk about. You know, at one time I was going to talk about Day of the Dead, the original one from '85. Or at one time I was thinking about maybe talking about Scanner. And what other movie? I thought about maybe redoing my Return of the Living Dead, because like I said, as I'm filming this, it's his 4th of July weekend, so I was like, you know, Return of the Living Dead takes place, you know, on July 3rd, you know, right around like 4th of July. But, you know, I decided just to go with my original plan and talk about 1981 werewolf classic, The Howling, by one Joe Dante. I already did 2 werewolf movies. Might as well. Let's talk about my other favorite one, The Howling. I'm trying to think when I first saw this. I think it was, 10 years ago. I was kind of late to the game. I think I saw some of the sequels, so I saw this one, and the sequels did not put a good taste in my mouth. I think I got the Scream Factory version because I heard such good things about it. I always wanted to see it. And I was already a fan of Joe Dante, just growing up with the Gremlins and you know, the Explorers and Inner Space, you know, all the cool movies that he's directed, Small Soldiers. Seems like such a creative dude. You don't really hear from him much anymore, and that's a shame. I think he's a great director. But yeah, I watched it, and I think I got this in the mail along with I want to say Scream Factory's Return of the Living Dead together, and of course I remember seeing Return of the Living Dead when I was a kid. I used to rent it all the time. I love it, you know. But you know, this movie's grown on me over the time, The Howling. I love the angle that Dee Wallace's character is like a reporter looking into a serial killer, and the serial killer is a werewolf. I think that's a cool idea. Very different. I'm surprised more movies haven't done that, or more movies that I've seen haven't done that. But you know, you have the special effects by my mind's going blank. By Rod Bottin. I think I said like Roddy Bottom, or I can't believe I said that. What a dumbass. But I think Rick Baker was originally attached to it, and he did the special effects for American Werewolf, and they were coming out at the same time. I don't think they wanted to compete. I'm not sure. I've heard that. I'm not sure how that goes, how the story went with that. Both like amazing special effects maestros. Of course, Roddy Bottum, or I keep calling him Roddy Bottom. Rob Bottin. I'm gonna have to cut that out. Did the special effects for The Thing, the John Carpenter classic, which still look amazing to this day. I remember I was watching it when I was visiting my dad, and my dad fell asleep on the couch. I was like, oh, The Thing, and he woke up right when that scene where the belly opens up and it's got teeth and it bites the guy's arms off. And
Clear!
Clear.
What is this shit? I make my dad sound like he's awful, but he's not. He just don't like gore, and it's crazy that movie came out in '82. I think the same week that E.T. came out, and still holds up to this day. But anyway, I don't hear many people talk about this movie anymore. It's one of those '80s classics that they just don't make anymore. I heard they're wanting to make a remake. I heard Andy Muschietti is wanting to make a remake for Netflix. I don't know how I kind of like, oh, that's kind of cool. And it's kind of like, just leave this movie alone. But Andy Muschietti, I can't talk. He did, he directed the two It movies from like the late 2000s. And he did the show that just came out, Welcome to Derry, which is amazing. I think he needs to just stick with horror. I think he's better at it. I know he directed the Flash movie. I actually liked the Flash movie. I know it's had its problems, but I actually thought it was entertaining. I think he's a great director. Of course, we have Dee Wallace from E.T. He was also in E.T. She seems like a likable person. The guy that kind of looks like Chuck Norris plays her husband. They go to like a resort. And I think because she saw a traumatic event in the beginning, I just remember like her husband gets it on when the werewolf lady's got a huge bush. And comes to find out everybody there is a werewolf. Sorry, spoilers. It is a 40-year-old movie. This is definitely one of my favorite werewolf movies. I think the number one spot goes to American Werewolf. That's just my favorite. I don't know why. I just think it's so cool. It's a cool werewolf movie. These came out in the same year, which is insane to think. And I'm going to take back what I said last podcast. I really like the werewolf in American Werewolf in London. I watched it again on Tubi after I got done making the episode. I was looking for something to watch, and I was like, I'm just going to watch it again. It's been a while, and I always put on one of my records, and I put it on silent, and I put the subtitles, and I just love that movie. It's one of my favorite movies. Howling is not far behind. Great horror movie. Like I said, it has that, like American Werewolf from London, and like, this movie, The Howling, and movies like Scanners. It has like those old late 70s, early 80s kind of vibe, where it's just kind of have this vibe of dread.
If you believe.
Holy shit!
What is this?
Wow!
What are you kids watching?
The newsley's turned into a werewolf.
Oh boy.
La mujer se cambió en un lobo.
Hijo.
Switch, damn it, switch!
Doesn't that look good? Tender, meaty chunks of tantalizing nutrition. Soaked in
Things I do with special effects these days.
Did you see the one about the guy in the spaceship?
It was real. He turned into a werewolf and they shot her.
You're plastic.
Doesn't mean it wasn't real.
Hey, Ernie, put a pepper steak on for me, will you? And a hamburger for the lady.
How do you want that?
How you want it, honey?
Rare.
This might not have a happy ending, and The Howling is one of those. And I like that though. I'm weird like that. I feel like every movie don't need to have a happy ending. I feel like it's forced, and I don't think The Howling does that at all. I think it's kind of, just got that kind of depressing ending. But I'm weird like that. I like that. I think that makes it even scarier. It kind of elevates the terror, as they say. But, I don't think I've seen this on streaming. It might be on Shudder. Like I said, it's got, some fucking horrendous sequels. The second one is so bad. It's got, what's her name? Sybil Dannings plays the sister of one of the werewolves, I think. And it's got Christopher Lee, which is cool. We were talking about Hammer Horror. And if you want to see Christopher Lee in, a 80s Miami Vice, sunglasses. He's almost got the Hollywood sunglasses from the Mannequin. Remember that movie Mannequin? The black guy, his name is Hollywood. He's almost got those style glasses. Kind of hilarious. Might edit in a pic right here, a clip, but anyway, fun movie. I think I watched it a couple years ago, and it's been a while, and I just wow, this movie's growing on me. Of course, the special effects by Rob Bottin. I didn't say Roddy Bottoms this time. I don't know why I keep saying that. My fog brain.
You might want to lay off the weed, huh?
And you might want to gargle my ball sack.
Cool. That scene where the guy plays a serial killer, he's chasing that girl through the camp, and she keeps kind of getting away from him, and he kind of transforms right in front of her. That scene is really creepy, and the special effects are amazing. His head's bubbling and stuff, and I think it's I'm thinking I'm gonna make it my thumbnail, one of my thumbnails for this podcast. Such a cool scene. Even today, I'm sure people would laugh, but I feel like that can beat any special effects from CGI out of the water. I remember what's that Hugh Jackman movie that where he played. I think it's called Van Helsing. He played Van Helsing. It's called Van Helsing. And all the CGI shit, it just didn't look good with all the werewolves. I think this looks even better. I love practical effects. I feel like it's a dying art. They don't use it anymore as much as they should, and it's a shame. I think it looks so much better than CGI. I'm a big advocator for practical effects. Certain directors will still use it. I know Quentin Tarantino will use practical effects, and I think Christopher Nolan will. And I think they need to use it more. I think it's gonna look better. I feel like all the movies now that use modern CGI is gonna be CGI mush, But anyway, that's a movie of the week. And if you haven't seen The Howling, please go watch it. I think you'll dig it. And man, all these movies this guy recommends, man, they're shit. I like them. They've grown on me over the years. I haven't seen Joe Dante's Piranhas movies till the last couple of years, and I really enjoyed his Piranhas movie. It's kind of a Jaws ripoff, but I still love it. I know the guy that helped write Piranhas with Joe Dante. I think he helped write this movie, and I think this movie helped Joe Dante score Gremlins, which I love. Yeah, well, please not talk about Gremlins 2.
I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to step in here just 1 second, sweetheart. So what's wrong with y'all? Y'all looking like a bunch of sad sacks. This is G2, people. We're writing Gremlins 2. It should be a party with pizza and anchovies, pineapple.
How are they making Gremlins 3 as we talk? I haven't heard anything new about the Andy Muschietti Howling remake. I know during the Flash, in the making of it, you can see him wearing a Howling shirt. So he's probably a huge horror fan. He is a good director. I think he's just got some situations at Warner Brothers where they've probably treated him kind of shitty. Maybe they'll put out the Flash cut. I know they changed that movie so much. Maybe they'll put it out, the version that was meant to be. And but anyway, we're not talking about the Flash or Ezra Miller, that fucking weirdo. We're talking about The Howling from 1981, Joe Dante classic. Go watch it. It's a great movie if you're looking for a good horror movie. Great werewolf movie. I'm trying to think my top werewolf movies. I might have to make a list what my top werewolf movies are. But anyway, go watch it, and while you watch it, drink some beer, and I think you'll be a better week, the last couple of podcasts I've been doing like top 10 or top 5 lists, and this week it's no exception. I'm going to do another list, and I hope you like it. If you don't, fuck you. No, I'm kidding. If you don't like it, it's all good. But so talking about werewolves the last 3 podcasts, I was like, let's do my top 5 werewolf movies. How's that sound? Yay. But coming in at number 5, and I'm kind of new to this movie too, and I say new, maybe I saw it for the first time 10 years ago. I heard about this movie for years. I think the small budget kind of scared me. And actually now, I like B horror movies with a small budget. I think that's actually pretty cool. And I'm talking about...
Son, wake up! Fucking wake up, you fuck! Son! Jeez, you fucker! Wake up!
Neil Marshall. I think is it Neil Marshall? I might be saying his name wrong. To look it up. That's pretty bad. I should have looked it up before I made this, but what a loser. But great movie. It's almost like Predator and Aliens meet werewolves. These soldiers get trapped in the woods during a military exercise and have to fight off werewolves. Such a cool fucking movie. I like a nerd, I have a Scream Factory version, and I love this movie. Very good, very cool movie. I'm trying to think, do I even have 5 werewolf movies? I might just have 4. I can't. Let's see, number 4. Let's see. I'm about to go to Howling.
Oh boy.
I just love Joe Dante's direction. I love the special effects. Some of the actors are great. I love the one guy that plays the serial killer / werewolf, and the dude is fucking nuts. And that transformation from that lady is so cool. And I think the werewolves actually look pretty cool in this movie. They have like huge ears, and I think that's pretty wild. I wonder what Rick Baker would have done if he would have stayed on. But Rob Bottin does an amazing job. Let's see, number 3. I'm about to have to go. This might be number 2. I might just have to do 4. I can't think of 3 werewolf movies. So this is my top 4. So this is number 2 then, right? I'm about to go Silver Bullet. Silver Bullet's my favorite. I'm not my favorite. I mean my second favorite. I'm still waking up. I think I too much fun last night. But, I talked about it in episode 20. If you want to hear me talk about it more, listen back to episode 20. Great movie. I just think the werewolf special effects kind of are lacking. But the story and the character development is amazing. Like a nerd, I have a Scream Factory version. They did a really good job. Very cool. Number 1. and you probably already know, is American Werewolf in London. This is the top tier king shit werewolf movie of all time. Character development, the acting, special effects, the story, it's amazing. This is such an amazing movie. And if you want to hear me talk about more, go listen to episode 21. And I'm surprised it took so long to make a podcast about that one, because that's such a good one. Anyway, that's my top. I thought it was going to be 5. It's top 4 werewolf movies. I can't think of 5. I'm trying to think of 5. I'm sure I will. Like, I'll get done, be editing this, and I'll see something like, fuck, why didn't I remember that movie? But I haven't seen a good werewolf movie in a long time. They need to make one. But it would be all CGI bullshit. It wouldn't be practical effects. But maybe the Howling remake, Andy Muschietti keeps promising. Maybe it'll come out one day, see the light of day. But that's my list, and I want to hear your list. Let me know what your favorite werewolf movies are. I would love to hear it, and that'd be cool. So on to the next one. The last segment, I wanted to, I like doing the top 5 or top 10, or I guess it was top 4. I couldn't think of 5 werewolf movies, but I like doing the music too. I'm really enjoying doing albums and bands and songs, and I like getting on YouTube and watching concerts, and such an underrated metal band, and a lot of people don't talk about them. And Speed is such a good singer. I think, is his name Bjorn Speed? I can't. They're from Sweden. I'm talking about Soulwork. I think they're such an underrated metal band. They have a lot of albums, and they're such a great band. And I thought about talking about my 5 favorite Soulwork albums, and it might be different from yours, but such a great band. I don't know. I just get on a Soulwork kick, and I'll listen to their albums, and I have my favorites. I'm sure you have theirs. I know a lot of fans are pissed. I talked to this one dude. He's been a fan for a long time, and he's pissed that they don't sound like they did in the late 90s, early 2000s. Kind of like In Flames. Their fans are very passionate. But, I don't think a band's going to sound like they do when they start out forever. And I think that's interesting. I don't want a band to make the same album 20 times, unless they're AC/DC or Slayer. But anyway, my number 5, and I know it's probably gonna piss off a lot of people, but I'm gonna have to go with Natural Born Chaos.
Welcome. Won't you please step aside and follow the hollow?
I'm getting dumber every sight. Every time I'm standing down. Every time I rise and down. I'm getting nearer. I can see it touch around. We're getting clearer. There's a sea away behind. I'm so sincere. I believe you never find. Weed out the sun. Under the gun, kneel down for a ricochet. My guilt jumps out so lies. To a creature with no rights. Find the plans I have in mind. I have nothing to fight. This is our side. Who's next to line? I'm getting nearer.
I'm kind of new to this album. I kind of got into them with Stabbing the Drama, and I kind of went back, and I'm still collecting their stuff. Like I just got the Predator's portrait, but I don't know. I love Mercury Rising. There's so many good fucking Follow the Hollow. There's so many good fucking songs on here. Such a fucking banger of an album. I have this album on white vinyl, and I know they repressed Stab in the Drama, and I didn't get to collect it, but I have most of their stuff on CD now. But that's my number 5. Let's see my number 4. This you know, I think they got all the shit for this album. A lot of fans accuse them from selling out, and I love this album, and that's Finger number 5.
So suffer start to regret. We will come around, 'cause we know that you'll be thinking of I feel so powerless, can't face my hollowness. You had your time, gotta walk that line, like a living travesty, endlessly bound to your sins. I'll hunt you down in time, to just people's swine. How can I compromise when all you do is deny? Give me a sign and I do just what I'm thinking. Right away, you can't say I will forget. So suffer and start to regret. You will come around, 'cause you know that you'll be thinking I feel so powerless.
I think this album's still a fucking banger. A lot of great jams on here. They had them and In Flames, they filmed videos at the same time. They both were cameos in their videos. They're joking, like they sold out, they suck. But this is, I mean, even Soulwork, you know, what people consider selling out, they still fucking killing it. It's heavy as fuck. It's heavier than a lot of metal bands. And back when this came out, I think it was 2003. There was like a lot of new metal, and I think metal was just coming back, like Lamb of God and Killswitch Engage and you know, other bands, Shadows Fall. So, you know, they kind of fit into that niche, and I was getting into that stuff at the time. So that's my number 4. I think my number 3, let's see, I think I'm gonna have to go with the Panic Broadcast. This came out in 2010. I think this one I was really getting into Soulwork, and I feel like they kind of went back to their old kind of roots a little bit. I want to say they got their original guitar player back just for this album, and they keep changing members. I know Dirk, I think that's how you say him, the drummer. I think he's in Megadeth now, and great album, great band. I'm sure a lot of metalheads have pushed them off. A lot of metalheads have brushed them off with, like, you know, they probably didn't want to listen to their newer albums. They probably thought it was going to sound like Load from Metallica, and it's actually really heavy. Sorry, I guess the motorcycle went by. I guess the guy was jamming the sticks. Too much time on my hands. But that's my number 3. I think my number 2. And this is the first album I ever bought from them. I was kind of new to them, and I think I was at a mall out of town. I think we were coming back from the beach, and there was a music store. Remember those that were in malls? And I bought this album, and I bought Demon Hunter. I can't remember which Demon Hunter album. And it's funny because Demon Hunter kind of reminds me of Soulwork now. They were a great Christian metal band. But anyway, I'm talking about Soulwork's Stab in the Drama. That's my number 2.
I'm waiting for something to show. I might as well just drag me down.
I've heard people say this sounds a lot like Fear Factory. I guess I don't really hear it. Maybe the riffs. But Speed's voice he goes from low to high to screaming. That guy's voice is insane. And great album. My number 2, I think my number 1. And this came out in 2013, and I was already into the band. I was excited for this album to come out. And it's actually a double album. And I don't know why people don't talk about this album more. It's got everything you can want on this album, and that is The Living Infinite. That album is such a classic fucking metal album, such amazing. I think metalheads probably hate it because it's not death metal, you know, but I don't know, it's still fucking heavy to me. It's heavier than a lot of stuff I've ever heard, but it's got, like, you know, peaks and valleys. It you know, the album has a variety of stuff, and I got to see them kind of play some of it. I saw them in 2016 open up for Fear Factory, ironically enough, and they played some songs, and it sounded just like the album. I couldn't believe it, and they always sound good live. I'll check out a video on YouTube or look up a full show. I like doing that now. I put my surround sound on and watch, like, I think I watched like a Metallica show, a Pantera show with the new lineup. I watched like Soulwork show at Wacken, I think. I watched a Testament show, and yeah, I think I even watched Creed. You can laugh at me if you want to, but I think I watched Three Doors Down show. But it's such a great album. I think metalheads need to listen to it more, and, you know, I'm sure more metalheads are into it more than I think they are, but I feel like it's kind of slept on a little bit. But that's my Soulwork top 5. If you never heard Soulwork, I'm sure a lot of metalheads have. Definitely go check them out. They're amazing. I don't even know where to start. Maybe Stabbing the Drama, Figure Number 5, or mine's going blank again. Or Natural Born Chaos. Sorry, my old man fog brain. But check Soulwork out if you're a big metalhead. I think you'll dig them.
I see the weight of hollow death residing in you. Take now your final breath, exhale the truth. I see the fear of nothing left, dead fragments of you. You hold it in yourself, I feel it too. I'm on your blade now, I die alone. We follow
Party's over.
All right, guys, I think that's about a wrap. I hope you had a good time. I hope you have drunk a lot of beers and been, you know, been informed about great horror movies with werewolf bushes in them and great metal bands like Soulwork. They, you know, so are they called Shitwork? No, I'm just kidding. Soulwork. Great melodic death metal. If you're not a closed-minded metalhead, they still put out solid stuff. I don't think they put out a bad album, but that's just me. That's my humble opinion. But like I said, drink more beer, watch more horror movies. I think you'll be a better person. Listen to more metal. Yeah, that's right. Listen to more metal. That's right. I couldn't remember. My old man fog brain is bad. My wife was saying that a lot of people have fog brain now. Like, it's stuff they put in the food now, and it's probably my diet. My diet's fucking horrible. I think my food table is like beer, bad food, sody. That's my fucking diet. It's awful. And my body's starting to show. I'm starting to get a beer belly, and big man titties. But they're attractive man titties. But anyway, I'm trying to think what episode to do next time. I'm kind of leaning towards Day of the Dead, but I kind of want to reboot some old episodes so I can put, clips from movies and all that. But I don't know when I'll do that. I just never know when I'm going to put these out. I've been doing a lot of them lately. I kind of lose interest, and I won't do one for a while. And then I'm like, oh, I haven't put out a podcast in a while, and I'll need to put one out. And I think I like the editing the best. It's fun to edit stuff together, and you blab for 40 minutes and you edit stuff together, and it's like an hour, it's over an hour. But I think my most popular episode, it always surprises me, it's probably the Tales from the Crypt one. I like to do it again. I think I talked about both movies in the show. I've heard for a long time that they were going to bring Tales from the Crypt back, and I guess it never happened. I know they said Tales from the Crypt was going to be on Shudder, but it's missing 2 seasons. It only has the first 5 seasons, because Tales from the Crypt is like 7 seasons. Thank God I have physical media, and I have them all on DVD. My dad even wanted that box set. He's like, "You give me the Tales from the Crypt box set with all the seasons in." I couldn't believe that. It's kind of blew me away. So I used to have fun watching it with them back in the day. That was a blast. But anyway, like I said, I'm always thinking about top 5s, and sometimes I do it at the last minute. This podcast I do at the last minute. Sure, you can tell. It's like, hey man, I can fucking tell. It's all good. It's fun. It's fun to talk about this kind of stuff. Where can you go and talk about metal and music? And it's like, well, Josh, there's like a million other podcasts talk about the same thing you do. I was like, oh yeah, that's true. But I had fun. I always have fun making these. I'm kind of leaning towards Day of the Dead, but at the last minute I might change it. I always do. I always listen back and like, oh yeah, so I was going to talk about Maximum Overdrive. I never did. I'm sure I'll get to it one day on here, but it's probably a lot better, other better movies to talk about. I thought about doing some of the Friday 13th. Talking about them, but anyway, that was episode 22, and go watch The Howling. I almost said Silver Bullet. What a dumbass, right? Drink more beer, watch more horror movies, listen to more metal. See any new metal bands that I've not talked about that you would like me to talk about, please mention it in the comments if you watch this or listen to this, and I would like to hear from you. And what movies should I talk about? I probably need to talk about more modern movies, but what's the fun in that? I haven't seen many modern movies. I'm going to try to watch Succession tonight. I've heard a lot of good things, but anyway, like I said, it's episode 22, and you have a good 4th of July and a good week, good month if I don't hear from you, and try not to blow off your fingers, because how are you going to play with yourself if you blow off your fingers? It's going to be kind of hard. You can't play with yourself with a hook, as a hand. But anyway, have a good week, and I'll see you next time.
See you at the party, Richter!
Don't ask if they are real. The men in black close to me. 1,000 stars your eyes can see. First one we see tonight. I wish I may, I wish I might. I turn my hopes up to the sky. I'd like to know before I die. Memories will slowly fade. I lift my eyes and say, come on, take me away. Come on, take me away.
Fuck you, asshole.